this is Tara Begets from the law offices of Drinkwater and Goldstein. I'm an associate attorney for the firm. This is one of a continuing series on various topics within the areas that this firm practices at. So today we're going to be talking about tractor trailer or semi-truck accidents, commercial truck accidents primarily, because I think that they kind of all fall within that category. So we're going to be talking about them and how they differ from a motor vehicle accident with a non-commercial truck type vehicle. And so, you know, when we're dealing with the comparison between a pickup truck or a sedan or an SUV or CUV, as we're seeing on the roads more and more these days, in comparison to a semi-truck or a tractor trailer or like a Mack truck or a heavier commercial type vehicle, one of the major differences that we're going to, you know, see and be cognizant of is that a commercial vehicle such as a tractor trailer or a semi-truck or a Mack truck or something like that, commercial dump truck, garbage truck, they're going to be of a significant heavier weight than a passenger automobile vehicle is going to be. And you might be saying to yourself, so what does that matter in terms of causing there to be a difference between the types of impacts? And the simple answer is that weight makes rather a large difference actually in terms of impact. Because if you think about it, if you had to bring your vehicle to a complete stop at the weight that it is, not carrying anything behind you, how much more quickly do you believe that you could bring your vehicle to a stop from the same distance than if you were operating a semi-truck that had a full load behind it? I'm going to let that sink in for a second. So the answer to my question is it would take a lot more time for the semi-truck with a full load behind it to come to a complete stop than for you to come to a complete stop in your regular passenger vehicle. Okay, so how does that make a difference in terms of impact? Well, a vehicle that can stop much more quickly is going to potentially avoid an accident, where a vehicle that is not able to stop quickly is not going to be able to avoid an impact as easily. And so what that means is that the vehicle is still going to be moving at the time of impact in its slowed down process. So if you have a vehicle that is traveling on the highway at 50 to 70 miles per hour and they're unable to bring their vehicle to a complete stop, your passenger vehicle is being struck with the full force of that vehicle, which may weigh up to 80,000 pounds or more, depending on the load that they are carrying. So the largeness and the heaviness of the vehicle is going to significantly impact the collision and force of the collision. Now, the other issue to pay attention to is the height of these commercial vehicles. Frequently, if you're in a sedan and you're involved in an impact with a commercial type vehicle such as a semi-truck or a tractor trailer, then you are at risk of what's called an underride accident, where your vehicle actually slides under and can become lodged in under the semi-trailer or the tractor trailer vehicle, especially from the rear or from the side. And so when that occurs, the damage to your vehicle and the potential damage to you is going to be much more significant than a simple rear end impact where you just strike and it stops, versus actually coming under and having the impact there. So those are some areas where the larger nature and the heavier nature of a commercial vehicle can cause significantly more damage in terms of an accident. Now, you know, there are other areas where they are different than regular motor vehicle accidents as well, and they include the type of investigation that is necessary. When you're dealing with a motor vehicle accident with a passenger vehicle, frequently you're dealing with a driver owner or a driver and an owner. in a commercial type accident, especially where something is being hauled or carried so that they are a commercial carrier, you're dealing with significantly more potential parties involved and responsibility. You're also dealing with federal oversight and investigation that comes into play. So not only do you want to get pictures of how the accident occurred, and so the vehicles at their place of rest, the damage to the vehicles at the scene of the accident, anything else that may have helped the accident occur, you want to take pictures of those. When you're dealing with a commercial vehicle accident, you also want to try and get pictures of who is the owner of the vehicle, any information you can get about maybe the bill of lading, the trucking company files, the maintenance and inspection records to make sure that the vehicle is in proper working order. Whether or not there are any devices in play. More and more frequently we're seeing that for vehicles that are long haul trucking vehicles, they are becoming more and more required because of the federal and state regulations as to driving and carrying weights and whatnot. In addition, you also are going to want to get the records related to the truck driver himself. He is going to be regulated by both the state and federal government in terms of information that he's going to have on record as to whether or not there's been any prior instances, accidents, whether he's had any violations in the past, how good he keeps his log, whether he has any other sort of records that you may want to have a copy of. And, as I said, you're dealing with the potential for multiple responsible parties because it goes almost in a line. The driver who is actually operating the vehicle may not own the vehicle. He may work for a company that is a carrier company who may have accepted a contract to carry the items from a company, from a logistics company, who may have accepted the contract from the manufacturer or distributor company who may have taken it from a manufacturer. So that's a rather long line of potential responsible parties. And that doesn't even take into account the potential that the vehicle itself is not in good working order and that you may have a cause of action against the manufacturer of the specific vehicle, along with individuals who may have inspected the vehicle along the way and signed off on a vehicle that as being safe to operate when it may not in fact have. We've all probably seen the different areas on the highways and the interstates where commercial vehicles are required to go through an inspection station or a weighing station. So you may want to get those records as well to see whether or not they have some responsibilities. And I think one of the major differences between a regular passenger vehicle accident and an accident involving a commercial vehicle is the impact that state and federal regulations have on the accident itself. In New Jersey, a few years ago now, Tracy Morgan had been involved in a motor vehicle accident with a tractor trailer vehicle, and what came about as a result of that accident was that the driver had driven several hours longer than what the federal regulations allowed for, which was found to be a potential cause of the accident. So federal regulations can play a large role in how a attorney's office is going to handle a particular case or theory of responsibility. Now, most recently, or more recently, maybe I don't know that I want to say most recently, an actress and television and radio personality was involved in a motor vehicle accident with a tractor trailer the end of June of this year out in LA. The tractor trailer changed lanes and failed to pay attention to, from the news reports, failed to pay attention to the vehicle that was already in the lane, clipping the back right tire as she exited at a particular exit, causing her vehicle to spin repeatedly and actually flip 3 times before coming to a rest actually completely flipped upside down. As you can imagine, as a result of the force of that impact and the damages sustained to the vehicle, this individual, Melyssa Ford, sustained fairly significant injuries that required her to be hospitalized, and from which her representatives are actually indicating that she sustained, I believe, a brain bleed, skull fracture, concussion, and required hospitalization for those significant injuries, in addition to the fact that she does not actually recall how the accident has occurred, so she has had some memory loss as well. And I would imagine that she is probably looking into seeking legal action against the tractor trailer that caused the accident and the damages that she sustained. And I want to leave you with this thought about tractor trailer accidents. In 2015, from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, they indicated that 1,542 individuals were killed in 2 vehicle crashes between a passenger vehicle and a tractor trailer vehicle. Now, not all of those accidents are going to have been caused by the tractor trailer driver, because everyone should drive responsibly on the road, and unfortunately we don't always do that. But just bear that in mind, that 1,542 individuals in 2015 were killed in vehicle crashes with tractor trailers. So please be careful on the roadways. And if you have been involved, or a loved one has been involved in a motor vehicle accident with a tractor trailer or another commercial vehicle, please, and are located in the state of New Jersey, please feel free to give us a call utilizing the contact information that can be found somewhere within this video. As always, if you have any questions or concerns about the video or any of our prior videos, or just a general question about the area of personal injury, please feel free to drop us a comment to this or any of our other videos, or to send us an email, or to give us a call, and we will do our best to try to answer those questions. And if you send it and request that it be on the video, we will do our best to try to accommodate you. Until next time, my name is Tara McGitz, and I'm an attorney with the law offices of Drinkwater and Goldstein, located in the state of New Jersey. And just as a general disclaimer, any information that I gave specifically is related to the state of New Jersey and should not be assumed to be effective for any other states. Thank you. Bye. Hi, this is Tara McGitz from the law offices of Drinkwater and Goldstein. Please remember, as always, to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our brand new website, helpimhurt.law. That's helpimhurt.law. And the graphic should be somewhere on this video actually identifying what that is, and potentially with a link, so please feel free to come check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks. See you next time.